the AAZSS Trading Academy. And today we'll be talking about currencies and forex pairs to trade, right? So imagine you walked into a market where currencies are on display like food items. There's dollar, euro, yen, pounds, each with its own value and demand. Just like in a real market, some items are more popular, liquid, and or profitable than the others. Right. So in forex, the goods we trade are currency pairs, but not all of them are created equally. Right. Just an instance. You understand? So let's just get started. Let's get started. So what are currency pairs? Right. What are currency pairs? Right. So currency pairs, a currency pair, I explained that in the previous video I've done. So if you are just watching this, I will advise you go back to those videos to watch them and have basic understanding of what we are doing, right? So a currency pair is the exchange rate between two currencies, right? Just that. Currency pair is the exchange rate between two currencies. When you trade Euro USD, you are comparing Euro against USD, right? You're comparing Euro against USD, right? So currency pair involve two currencies. So just like the instance here, you see there is Euro, right? And then USD. You can see that Euro and USD, right? The currency pair, the currency pair. So somebody might be wondering why is it two and why is it called currency pair? Now, if you look at if you go to supermarket to get a pair of shoe, right? They won't just give you one leg of the shoe, right? They'll give you two. So two is one, right? Pair of shoe, pair of glasses, just like that, right? So I hope you got that. So currency pair is two currencies. The example here, Euro and USD. So if you look at this image is there. You see there is XCU USD, there's Euro USD, there's USD JPY, there's USD CAD, there's USD C share, there's AUD JPY, there's Euro JPY. So these are currency pairs, right? These are currency pairs. And you see we have one on the first currency, we have the second currency traded as one, right? So you're trading Euro against USD. So if you're trading GBP AUD, that means you're trading GBP against AUD, right? So now, okay, let's give our no here. So the first currency is the base currency, and the second currency is the quote currency. Please take note of that. Take note of that. So if we have a pair Euro USD, the first currency here is the base currency. The second currency here is the quote currency, right? It's the quote currency. As easy as anything, right? So take a look at the example here. So we have GBP AUD. DPA is the base currency. AUD um is the quote currency, right? You can see that here. We talk about bid and ask price in previous video. Please go back and watch. We talk about the bid price and the ask price. So I will talk about the spread, right? So please go back to the other videos and watch them. I said the spread is the spread is the difference between the bid and the ask price to give you the spread, right? So please go back to the previous video and get that right. So as we move on, and for those that will get the courses, we're going to there's going to be more and deeper explanation. But I guess with this, a layman should understand it. So right, let's move on. Let's move on. Right, let's move on. Yeah, three types of pairs. So the first one, we have the major pairs. We have the major pairs, we have the minor pairs, and we have the exotic pairs, right? The three types of pairs that you need to know as beginner, right? You need to know as a beginner. Now, let's start with the major pairs. The major pairs always include USD, right? They always include USD. So if you look at for example, our previous slide, this Euro USD, you can see this is a major pair, right? Because it includes USD. They always include USD. And the next point on major pairs is that they are most liquid and widely traded, right? Examples are Euro USD, GBP USD, USD JPY, USD CHF. If you can see that, so they are best for beginner. Right, best for beginner. They have low spread and high volume. You understand? They're mostly traded, right? So the second types of pair is the minor pair, that the crosses, right? No USD involved. Please take note of that. If you can jot that down, jot that. If you can screenshot it, please screenshot it and have it in your archive, right? So minor pairs, there are no USD involved. And a very good example is the Euro GBP um AUD, NZD, GBP, JPY. Let's go to our previous slide. I have it. There's a screenshot there. There's an image there. Yeah. So you look at this. This is a major pair, a major pair, a major pair, a major pair that includes USD. So this is a minor pair, right? It's a minor pair that include that are without USD, right? Minor pair, minor pair, minor pair. I can see that minor pair, minor pair. Okay, there's a minor pair, minor pair, minor pair. Get that right. So those are minor pairs, right? Minor pairs crosses. The next one is an exotic pair. Right? So one major currency plus one from a developing economy, right? A developing economy. And it's quite unfortunate that Nigeria is still one of the developing economy and as one of the developing economy. And our prayer is we are going to overcome that with time, with time. But what is important now is get the right knowledge, trade, and take advantage of the present opportunity and in the present situation, right? So exotic pairs are one major currency, please take note, and one from a developing economy. A very good example is USD against the Naira, right? You can imagine that that's just an exotic pair because USD is against Naira, exotic pair. One major currency, USD, the developing economy in Nigeria. So USD, TRI, Euro, ZAR. So they have high spread, right? They have high spread, low liquidity, good for long-term trades, or when you understand the local economy, when you understand the local economy, right? So now let's move on. I hope you understand now that there are three types of pay: major pairs, minor pairs, and exotic pairs. So let's move on. So what are the factors that affect pairs behavior? Right. The first one is volatility. Volatility is how much price moves within time. For example, GBP, JPY, and gold, right? XUSD is gold. Please take note of that. They are very, very volatile, right? How much price moves within time, move faster, move longer, slow movement. You understand? So within time. So liquidity is how easily a pair can be bought or sold without affecting the price, right? How easily a pair can be bought or sold without affecting the price. So Euro USD is most liquid. So as we get on the charts, as we move on and you understand well what volatility is and liquidity is. So next one on here, the next factor that affects pairs behavior is news sensitivity. News sensitivity. So USD pairs react heavily to US news like NFP, FOMC, and CPI. Right? These are news. These are US news. Right? Please, I don't want you to complicate it. Just have this at the back of your mind. So as we move on, you understand what NFP is, FOMC is, and CPI, right? So these are the basics, and we are taking our time to have to build a solid foundation for beginners. So please take notes and follow up and jot down your notes, right? Go back to the videos. You can go back again, revise the videos, have your notes, have your journal, right? You are good to go. So now let's continue. The fourth factor that affects peers behavior is session activity. Some peers move during specific trading session. So in the previous video, if you follow very well, you see I talked about session, and I actually skipped it. So I said morning session, afternoon, and evening section, right? So there are different sessions in the market. So these sections affect price behavior. So like London session, Asian session, and the Sydney session, US session, right? So these different sessions affect price behavior, right? Affect price movement. So the pairs I recommend for beginners. For new traders, please start with major pairs that are very volatile. They have low spread. That's most important, right? They have low spread. That's the most important thing. They have low spread, steady movement, the most important, right? Please, what I recommend for beginners. And the next one I recommend for beginners, JPUSD. They're more volatile. They are good for breakout traders, right? Then USD JPY stable and react well to technical levels, right? Then gold, the last one, not a currency though, but it's traded like one. So be careful. It is very, very volatile. It is very, very volatile. Now, I put gold down here for beginners. I recommend for beginners. So if you have this for you want to focus on, as we go on, you get our strategy, our indicator. You can trade with this for and be profitable over a long period of time. You understand that? be profitable over a long period of time. So these are the four I recommended. But without our system, without our setup, it's just recommended if you just want to trade yourself without anything. It's recommended just go with Euro USD that is very liquid, with low spread and steady movement. Steady movement. I hope you understand that quite well. So now let's continue. The next slide will say choosing the right pairs for your style, right? Choosing the right pairs for your style. Now you need to ask yourself some questions, right? Ask yourself your questions. Everybody have different style, right? So the way everyone have different way of reacting to environment and situation at any point in time in any kind of situation or circumstance, right? So everybody have different way they react, different styles, right? So you need to ask yourself some questions, right? Ask yourself, you want fast-paced trade, like scalping, right? Scalping in trading is fast trade. Like you just want to enter the trade and exit quickly with small profits, right? Scalping. Please take into that, right? So ask yourself, do you want fast trade? So if you want fast trade, try GBP, JPY, or gold, or XEU USD with our AAZSS strategy, AZSS indicator, right? Ask yourself, you prefer slower, more controlled move? So you need to stick to Euro USD, USD CHF with our strategy, right? So those that will get our strategy, you won't have to bother yourself for too many analysis, right? You won't bother yourself for too many analysis. Just pick a pair you want to choose and ask yourself, am I scalping with this strategy or am I swinging with this strategy? Just pick one and you're good to go, right? Do you want to trade based on news, right? Focus on pairs like USD. So this is for anybody, whether you're using a strategy or not, right? So you want to focus on news, right? Just trade only pairs that involve USD. That's the most impact, right? Impact. That's the most impact. So always know what pair you are trading and why. Don't just trade because someone else said trade, right? Somebody just say, okay, just go in there and just trade and you just trade. No, it is not done that way, right? Always know what pair you are trading and why. Okay, for example, I'm trading a GBP JPY. So why am I trading? I'm trading because the AZSS indicator gave me a buy signal and I'm following the trend, right? And the rules in it, right? The rules for the strategy. When you see the rules of the strategy are being met, the criteria for AZSS strategy are being met, you enter the trade, you are good to go. So in that case, you're not just trading because somebody said you should buy. No, you understand. So the major target here is to make money, and we are gonna do that. Right, we're going to do that. So always know the pair you are trading and why. It is very important. Don't just trade because someone else said so. So know the pair's behavior, why it moves, and how it reacts to news. Right. So now I hope you understand currencies and pairs. Right. I hope you understand these currency pairs and the pairs to trade. So in our next video, in our next section, we'll dive deep into candlesticks, right? We'll dive into candlesticks as the king of price. I call it king of price, right? King of price representation as candlestick. So we'll make it visual, right? Bit visual so you understand what candlestick is. So thank you very much and see you in the next